We're going to make Mamaliga today. This Mamaliga has cheeses and spinach, and it comes from a woman, the late Judith Tahani, who was born in Transylvania and was in the Holocaust survivor. Then she moved to Israel, and she learned to make this, of course, in Transylvania and Romania, the Mamaliga is the national dish. And it's done in a very simple way there. It's basically a cornmeal gruel. It's based on either a millet or a einkorn flour gruel that was used from the ancient world and was everybody's food. And it grew to be a beautiful dish with different kinds of cheeses and butter and fresh raw onions in Romania. And lots of immigrants to this country and to Israel ate it still the traditional way. This wasn't a Jewish dish in Romania. It was a national dish, and Jews have always been adapting foods of their native countries. So this was one of them that they adapted to. Judith decided that it was nicer to put spinach in and to put different kinds of cheese like feta and ricotta cheese in her Mamaliga. And so that's what I'm making today, which really goes along better with our modern lifestyle. First, I'm going to start with the shallots and the spinach. I would use a non-stick pan and put a little bit of butter in it. Let's just melt this butter. And then while we're doing that, I think I'll just take, here are the shallots, but I'll just take the ones that are cut here, about 3 shallots. And I like shallots because it's a more delicate flavor than a lot of onions. And I notice that they're bigger these days than they were when I started cooking. And I think it's because people want that more subtle flavor. So what I'm going to do is, to make this quicker, I'm going to start with the shallots and the butter. And I'm going to take spinach and kind of just let it steam on top. See this? It's still going to cook the shallots, but as it shrinks, I can just add more spinach. You could use broccoli, you could use any others, you could use Swiss chard, but I'm going to use spinach. Looks beautiful. It's finished. Okay, so we set this aside. And then we take 5 cups of water and bring it to a boil. Okay, so here I'm going to put the cornmeal in, and we're going to put it hot, and we're going to keep stirring it with a wooden spoon. Sometimes they used a really big wooden spoon. And you do this for a while. And it is quite amazing how as soon as corn hit Europe, it was either used, depending on the kind of corn, as food for the animals, raw, or in these grains. My father, who came from Germany, never remembered eating corn on the cob until he came to the United States the way we ate it here. They always thought of corn as for animals. You can see it starting to pull away. You can smell that corn, slightly sweet texture. We just put a little butter in it. We're just going to brush some of the butter on here. Okay, now, we're going to take, yeah, see, it's totally moving away. So we'll take it, spoon it in, and then what I do is I put my spinach on top. And to get all those shallots, so you get this nice green layer. Then you put some butter on top. I'm not going to put all the butter on top. I'm going to save some for the next layer. Then put some here for the second layer. So then you sprinkle on top feta and ricotta. So you can see this is a very healthy dish too. Just forget all the butter. And then you spread it with the rest of the polenta. And then what I do is I put the rest of the butter on top. Look at this, it just came right out of the oven. This is Mamaliga, and I'm going to dig in by taking some of it out. I'm going to put a little sour cream on top. And it makes it also a little bit sweeter. You could also use, instead, yogurt, Greek yogurt especially, which is nice and thick. And here it goes. So good. Enjoy. Bete Avan.